Samsung Galaxy Ring. Isn't any good? Well, this is my review. It's okay. And the problem that I have is that I really, really like the Ring. I like a lot about it. I like the aesthetics. I like some of the functions and the features. I like the battery life. I like the colors. I like how convenient it is to wear instead of having to wear a watch. But where things kind of rub me the wrong way is when it comes down to prices. $399, that's a lot of money. Two, availability. So as y'all know from when I got mine, I've been wearing it on my pinky. Yes, I'm going to get 20 comments in the comment section that say, oh, you're wearing it on the wrong finger. You can wear it on any finger that you want. So two things here. I talked to the Samsung rep. I actually went to a product briefing on this Ring before it even came out, and I talked to a Samsung person, and I'm like, hey, look, couple of questions here. And these are questions you probably have. What ring should you wear it on? Well, Samsung wants you to wear it on your index finger. Why? Well, apparently it's supposed to be the best for whatever reasons. Maybe it's more vascular, maybe it's more convenient. I mean, if you wear it on your middle finger, if you have a traditional ring, it'll clink with that one. If you wear it on your wedding ring hand, or there's also sizing differences. So there's different reasons why you want to wear it on your index finger, but you can wear it on any finger that it will fit on. And here's the other issue. So it goes from size 5 to size 13. And that's cool. I've got a size 10. I think, no, size 8. Yeah, I got a size 8. I'm wearing it on my pinky. I need a size 10 for my ring finger, and I need a size 12, or actually a size 13. I have to wear the largest one on my index finger. If you've ever noticed, I don't have the biggest hands in the world. Now, I do have a meaty index finger, I guess, but I have to wear the largest one. There are a lot of dudes out there, probably even some women, who have larger hands than I do. So you may not be physically able to wear it on your index finger. And that was a big question I had because I tried out the sizing kit. You can get a sizing kit, it's $10. If you get the sizing kit, then you go ahead and buy the ring, you get $10 off the ring. So it basically pays for itself. But if you're gonna wear it, yeah, you need to get the right size, and a lot of people will find they won't be able to wear it on their index finger. So a lot of people will be able to, but a lot of people also will not be able to. So then that leaves the question, will the accuracy suffer if you don't wear it on your index finger? And there's different philosophies behind this, and I cannot say for certain because one, everybody's physiology is different, everybody's blood vessels are different. The way this works is it has the sensors on the bottom. You can see it lighting up right now, or it was anyway. And these sensors, there's a little indicator right here. There's a little notch on the bottom of the ring that shows you it's supposed to be in the bottom of your finger. So it uses those sensors to basically use infrared light, whatever, to scan through your skin to your blood vessels to measure things like your heart rate, your oxygen saturation on the surface for the temperature and things like that. And well, I didn't find it to be that accurate. I found it to be reasonably accurate on certain things. So like the heart rate range was mostly okay. I compared it with my Apple Watch Ultra. And before we get into this whole thing, I had people like, oh, you should compare the same thing. Well, look, I don't have two other fitness rings. I have one fitness ring, and then I have my Apple Watch Ultra. So I tested those because I was wearing them both, and I found that the oxygen saturation, the heart rate, and the pedometer were all more accurate on the watch, at least based off of my health trends and using it with other stuff. I even have the Galaxy Watch 5 Pro. I ordered the Galaxy Watch Ultra. I pre-ordered it on July the 12th, and as of right now, I still haven't received it. It's supposed to be here August the 14th if it actually shows up. And that's a whole nother story. But with the Galaxy watches, with certain ones, at least the most recent ones anyway, it will work with the 5 Pro. You get the synergistic effect where it uses the watch and the ring together with the Samsung phone, and they kind of feed off of each other. So you get a 30% battery boost when you're using one of the Samsung watches that supports it. The 5 Pro is supposed to, as far as I know, but of course the Galaxy Watch 7, Watch Ultra, all those, Watch 6. So that stuff, yeah, it works in conjunction, and you kind of get a more accurate thing. I didn't really notice a whole lot more accuracy between the two devices when I was wearing them simultaneously. Maybe a little bit better for the heart rate, for the sleep tracking, and it was a little bit better for the oxygen saturation. I found the oxygen saturation to be pretty wildly off. So on the ring, I was getting an oxygen saturation about 10% lower than the watch. And on top of that, it would have inconsistencies. So you can use the app on your phone and you'll be able to see, okay, you can see your sleep data, you can see your sleep score, you can see the snoring data, you can all that stuff. It basically never picked up any snoring data whatsoever, which was a disappointment because it's supposed to do that in conjunction with your Samsung phone and tell you whether you have sleep apnea. I used it for the last week and it never even gave me an assessment on that, and it only picked up snoring one time. So there is stuff that will work regardless of what finger you put it on. The pedometer will work regardless of what finger. That's not dependent on your heart rate. It's got the accelerometer in there and the pedometer. So it tells you based off of the kinetics and your body movement how many steps that you're taking. Well, mine came in at 1,000 steps less than my Apple Watch, and it was clearly inaccurate. And then the blood oxygen was about 10% lower, and then the heart rate was pretty on par. Like the range, I felt like the heart rate range was okay, and then the respirations I felt like was okay, and then yeah, there was just a couple things. So some stuff was okay, some stuff seemed to be widely different. Mostly it had to do with the sleep, and also when it came to the blood oxygen saturation and steps. Those are the big three inaccurate things, but it could be different on your index finger. And I would have loved to have gotten it from my index finger. I'm not associated with any criminal lifestyle. I'm not single. Whatever implications wearing it on your pinky means, I'm none of those things. I just got it because it was the only one I could get. I pre-ordered the ring, never showed up. It was supposed to be available on the 24th, and then the 24th came around and it's like back ordered. We have no idea when you'll get it. And that's another part of this whole disappointment, right? A lot of people ordered them and didn't get them. A lot of people want to order them and can't get them. And these are realities because Samsung just didn't make enough of these rings and make them widely available enough. And a lot of that, I think, has to do with the fact that there's so many sizes, right? We have 9 different sizes made out of titanium, has all these sensors. So availability is definitely an issue. Availability is an issue with the watches as well. It's very frustrating for those of us who want them. So I tested this as well as I could. I've worn it for over a week, and at the end of the day, I like it. Like I would prefer to wear this in a watch. I don't really like wearing watches all that much. I just do because I have these expensive smartwatches. So I'm either wearing my Galaxy Watch 5 Pro or I'm wearing my Apple Watch Ultra. One of those two, especially because I'm bouncing back and forth all the time. But battery life is the real deal. It does last basically about a week. And you do get the battery benefits. You get extra 30% battery if you use it with a Galaxy Watch that supports it. So it did last me about the week. I mean, I finally charged up on day 5 and I still had like 30 something percent battery left. So, and I had all the features turned on. I have the heart rate, the temperature, all the stuff, every feature turned on. It's very limited for activities too. Basically the only fitness activities it tracks is walking and running. And it's supposed to auto detect those. But yeah, as far as a fitness tracker, I don't think it's very good. For sleep, if it actually reads properly. And here's another thing. It can move around on your hand while you sleep. So it relies on the sensor on the bottom, the panel of sensors being on the underside of your finger. Rings can move. So I have had instances where it's kind of moved off to the side a little bit. It's going to be less accurate. So it needs to be on the proper finger for the most accuracy. Again, this is probably going to be dependent from person to person. Also making sure you have a good fit. And here's the other thing. Especially if you're waiting to get one and you get your hands on the sizing kit, wear it for about 24 hours because there's going to be fluctuations in your body. You don't want to get one that's super tight to begin with, especially early in the day as you drink more water, as you intake more salt, as you eat, especially whenever it's hot outside. You're going to have expansions in your blood vessels, your tissue, your skin. So normally this fits me pretty comfortably, but I guess maybe because of the Mexican food I ate earlier, it was a little on the tight side. So you don't want to get one that's ultra tight. You want to have one that has a nice, comfortable fit, and it does have some little flexibility there for your fluctuations in your hand and your finger throughout the day. But again, I think it's expensive. I think it's nice. I think it's comfortable. I think that this is a good first attempt at it, but I wish that there was a little bit more consistency, or at least guaranteed consistency, depending on what finger you wear it on. I imagine if I wear it on my index finger instead of my pinky, if I had the appropriate size one, there are larger blood vessels in your finger, it would probably more accurately track my heart rate. It would probably more accurately track my oxygen saturation. I don't think you're going to see any improvement whatsoever whenever it comes to your steps and activity tracking, because a lot of that's based off of movement. So there are things that can be improved theoretically by wearing it on the appropriate finger, but there are other things that likely will have no impact regardless of what finger you wear it on. So if you just want it for like a gee whiz thing, and you just kind of are health conscious and you kind of want to get into some of that stuff, but you don't want to wear a watch, then yeah, I like it. I think it's something that's going to be great as these things get better. The technology gets more powerful, gets better, gets more refined. That's the limitation though. You only have so much energy in this, and it's not scanning every second. It's not scanning 15, 20 times a second, even 15 times a minute. I believe from what I reading on the material, I think it checks like every 15 minutes or so, just for normal like heart rate stuff. But anyway, yeah, I think it's good. I think that it's not as accurate as I would like it to be, but I can't guarantee the results. So this is one of these things you're going to have to do. Like, your mileage may vary. Everybody's different. Everybody's physiology is different. Everyone's fingers are different. Somebody could wear it on their pinky and it may be very effective. And mine, I think, is partially effective, but I really would have wished I could have tested it on the index finger. So, but things, of course, we do know it does work, just how well it works. And then on top of that, yeah, the sizing, comfortability. Comfortability is super comfortable. But then another concern is this titanium. So if you ever get your hand slammed in a door or something like that, like, you don't want to leave this on your finger, especially if something could be like a traumatic incident that causes it to swell, because you can't just cut one of these off of your hand. The same thing with my wedding ring that I have is titanium. They got to use these special tools at the hospital to cut them off. So yeah, there's some concerns when it comes to wearing a titanium band on your finger, but it's very lightweight. You hardly even notice it's there after you've been wearing it for a day or two. And then also on top of that, it is a little on the larger side for women. So it's fine as far as being a dude, but I don't know how comfortable it will be for a female to wear this. Also, you get a full charge about 6 to 7 days on the ring, and then you get an additional charge and a half. You get 10 days out of the case, which is cool. It's got the little LED that lights up. You put the ring inside of there, it charges wirelessly and with USB-C. So I think that there's a lot of positives here, but there's definitely some takeaways, because what's the point of wearing it if it's not accurate? Now, I think it can be accurate, and I think in certain instances it is accurate, but consistency, and also that you just got to know how well it's going to work on each individual finger. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.